What do you guys think from participating in this training extravaganza, about a 3-day odyssey journey that we've all been on? Briefly, was this helpful to you individually in your career? And honest answers are always okay. And if so, how? Like, what did you really get out of this?
New ideas, some of the things I'd never heard of. And even though being in the tag's been so long, and the camaraderie, of course, and just the knowledge gained.
So learning new things, even 41 years in the business,
right.
Learning multiple new things just within a couple days.
I mean, like the backdoor IRA, that's fairly new to me, I mean, I just learned about it this year when the guy talked about defined benefits.
So you might actually do that this year.
No, I'm not going to do that.
You already evaluated that.
That's right.
Right on.
The one thing about IRAs, like most IRAs, I mean, people come like on the 15th, right, of April, and they said, and they have like a $10,000 balance due. They say, what else can I do? And you say, well, you can get an IRA or whatever, right? So they go, and then what they do is they just put money anywhere. They don't think about where it goes or anything, just to get that deduction or, Yeah. And it's sad. I mean, I saw that this year, and she got like 0.9% on her, on her earnings.
So the actual investment really not
Right.
good, right?
Yeah.
What did you take away from this, Cynthia, being not only an experienced tax professional, but business owner, team leader? What did you mainly take away from this adventure?
I feel like it's just we're having conversations that we should be having and we're not. So like, especially for the new preparers that we have in our office, how do we build rapport with the client? How do we avoid tax issues? How do we, all the different topics that we've kind of hit, that I'm like, these are conversations we should be having. So it's just kind of forcing us to do it.
So maybe even some ideas for
Yeah.
you to bring up separately and see
Into
how
office.
that team member's personal experience interacts with this, and give them some of that one-on-one or small group training.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I think letting people share their experiences, like I did have a client that was this, I feel like we want to take it out of that just so much information all the time. Information. I can't handle any more information. But if you start telling me about a story of, I think of a story of a client that I was trying to help, right, then it's kind of lets us absorb that a little bit better, I feel like.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you take away from this, Ingrid, other than just enjoying the entire process and not being nervous at all?
I think I learned two things. One, obviously, I'm gotta be scared of getting out of my comfort zone and being able to be. It's not as scary as it seems. And two, being able to hear what other preparers have done that works for them, that maybe I could apply it to myself.
Okay. So I guess it feels like a kind of wheels are really turning as far as you're thinking through some of the things, and how could that help this client?
Yeah.
How could help this type of client that maybe we have dozens of those kind of people, right?
Yeah.
Really being able to apply it. When you talk about getting out of your comfort zone, and I know which if you guys are sitting in on this meeting, for the people that are watching the recording, it's a pretty big jump out of your comfort zone to do all this kind of stuff if you haven't done it, right? So again, really appreciate you guys doing that. The nice thing about getting out of your comfort zone and seeing that you're going to see the results of this, I feel like. And the next time you go to do that, whether it's, again, trying to make sure before you get out of your comfort zone, make sure you're doing it for a worthy cause.
Yeah.
Right? Like for me, I don't really want to go skydiving because it's not like that much more, it's terrifying, but like, why am I doing it?
Yeah.
Also. Yeah, right? Like it's like,
Check
what's the worthy cause,
Yeah.
right? But this you have a gift of being able to communicate and reach people, and video is, you can reach so many more people worldwide, right, without you needing to interact with them, right? So this could be a huge something that opens up all these new things for you,
Right.
right? And you only have to get out of your comfort zone the first time, to where you're like, well, what's really the worst that can happen? Oh, that wasn't as bad. It wasn't that bad. Or maybe there was ways that we did this that made it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So if you do that again, you could set yourself up for success to do that. So, and plus we did our first TikTok, so that's part of that whole thing. Imelda, what did you, and with you having a lot of experience, a lot of real life experience, also a lot of experience working with the tax school, seeing other professionals, helping other professionals, what was kind of your main takeaways from this adventure?
More of like where I'm at in my career. So it's how slow I'm moving, and I need to push myself a little bit more. So
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So understanding where you are now and maybe speeding up.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
She's become more focused.
yeah, I think this is after when you were asking us all these questions and we're going down the pathway. It's like, okay, how long have I been here? And when you were referring to like, sometimes you're comfortable, you're okay where you're at, and it's okay to stay there. But then it's like, so when when do you make that decision to move forward to, and managing it as you're going? Because I hadn't even signed up for my EA for the second and the third, so I did that while we were doing all this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go sign up for it. So.
Really go for it, right
Yeah.
on. Yeah, that's interesting, because you definitely, when you're so busy like you've been, it's kind of setting aside time to actually think about, where am I in my career? Where do I want to get to? Am I kind of in a good spot where I'm at right now? But what's the best next step for me? And focusing, because like when we're going in all different or 4 or 5 different directions, then you kind of, when you're thinking in that roadmap or pathway, you're going to see why you could potentially move slowly if there's 4 or 5 directions, because it's
Around.
right. Or trying to skip steps. That's what I like
Trying
to
to
do.
take the shortcut.
Shortcuts are they're so long.
They're
like long cuts.
They are. And then you're like, okay, 6 months ago I said I was gonna do this, and it's like, oh, why haven't I revisited? Then you're like, oh, I've been so busy, or I've been doing this, and it's like, I gotta revisit it again.
I think overall, just the time, right?
Yeah.
Learning how to manage your time. It's
Yeah,
the
and
most important
deciding
thing.
consciously how you're gonna do that.